What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. Most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is the final episode to the 10-part series, Who Killed Famous. And I think most of y'all probably have already figured out who this final person is, because it just seems to me that more than likely this is who our guy. But hey, they could be very much misleading us purposely just to, pull a twist on us. This could very much be the case. But according to all the evidence and the things of how it looked, more than likely this is our guy. And like I said, I'm pretty sure most of y'all have already guessed it. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. That's right. We are talking about your man, Marvin Thomas. So I will be doing it the same way that we did the other ones. The three components. The basically, the motive, timeline, and how it will affect the story, and basically break this down to show you how more than likely it is none other than Marvin Thomas who's responsible for the death of Famous. Now, I've been hearing a whole lot of different things that's saying they don't think it is Marvin because the kill looks sloppy, and he Marvin doesn't kill sloppy. I mean, let's be real. Marvin has been messing up this entire season so far. He's been dropping bodies, leaving them right there. I mean, look at the kill with the Myra's husband. I forgot his name, but that wasn't no clean kill. I mean, I get it that, that was very unexpected, but still. And then the same with when he killed the dude up in the wall and stuff like that. When he all we know is Marvin is not the smartest of criminals. He gets away with stuff. He's not the smartest guy. I'll just say that. So in my opinion, it is very likely that it is him. And if you go ahead and take the look at the photo that you see on screen, this is just more evidence. Of course, this is Gerald. And the reason why I posted this photo here is because, as we know, Marvin hates snitches. He can't stand them. Anytime he got, the wind of anybody possibly snitching, he wanted to take them out. He actually only tried to give grace to one person. And we know that one person was crackhead Sam. And I think the reason why he did that for Sam is because he kind of maybe he even reminded him of himself. Because keep in mind, Marvin was using at one point of his life. So I think he wanted to give Sam a chance. But he didn't listen to him, so what happened? He had to put him down. And then, of course, Gerald, in my opinion, I think it's a high possibility that he took out Gerald. Because he was pretty hot at him right here when he found out that he was working with the feds. Because he despised the people who snitch, right? His character is cut off the same branch as Tommy. Both of them, they get very upset when they find out that somebody is snitching, and we know what time it is for them once he confirms that's what they're doing. But let's go ahead and look at a little bit more proof of this. More proof of this is look at what he did to them just recently. Just recently, he took out the Asian dude. And what was the reason why he did it? Terry. It wasn't because, he just disliked him or just wanted to take him out. It's because he mentioned the police. The moment he mentioned police, that is when it set him off. He told him he was playing with fire. And And he didn't give a damn, so hey, he had to put him down. But that's what Marvin Thomas does. He cannot stand snitches. But hey, let's go ahead and look at a clip of the early days of Marvin.
The cops just put murder on me, Marvin. And Kanan just a fucking kid. That little nigga wouldn't do no real time. They didn't even grab him up anyway. He's still out here. Come on, I was doing this to protect you, man. You know I'll never give you up.
That shit don't move me, brother.
So as we know, that didn't move him. That shit didn't move him. He still took him out shortly after that. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go ahead and take a look. Let's just go ahead and really get to the barrel of it. Look at this. This man hated snitches so much that he remembered what Tony Deep, or whatever her name is, Tony Deep Throat, snitched on him all the way in season 1. So the next season, after, he didn't get arrested for it and nothing like that, pretty much the case was done. It didn't look like the lady was any threat to him anymore. But what did he say? Nope, you snitched on me. I'm about to circle back and make sure I get you. Because he couldn't get him. He couldn't get her himself because the police was, super heavy in that spot. So that he had to get somebody that looks more like someone who could fit into the area. So this man hired another member just to get her taken out. That's how serious this man takes snitching, right? So look at how many people so far that we've gotten that he's taken out, or at least wanted dead, for snitching. Because here with Gerald, I believe he had something to do with that, because as many fans pointed out, you can see Gerald look like he overdosed, but some kind of way the needle is in the same hand that he in the same arm that he used. I believe he was right-handed. It's crazy. My screen is kind of dark right now. I can't really see it. But either way, I think he was right-handed, and the needle was in the right hand. So that's crazy, because I would love to know how you gonna shoot yourself with a needle with the same hand that you got. Please, somebody let me know, because I ain't never seen it done. So more than likely, somebody else did that to him, and it was more than likely none other than your boy, Marvin Thomas, because he hates snitches. So that whole little rant that I just went on about snitches is absolutely motive. So he gets a 10 out of 10 when it comes to motive, because he can't stand snitches. And of course, we also found out, this season that
you need to keep yourself busy. Fine. And I did right by that fool. He still did me wrong.
Yeah, this is it. I'm sorry.
When niggas don't care, they get careless.
Also, real quick, I wanted to say something about this. You see how he said when niggas don't care, they get careless? He didn't even take his own advice. Because I believe after the situation happened with Gerald, you know what I'm saying, that's what changed him. That's the reason why he killed the bookie like that so easily. That's the reason why he took out Terry this season. Like, he is on a rampage, and it's like he just doesn't care anymore. He's getting careless, just like he's warning Lou about here.
You need to be on right now.
Got a meeting. This cat that Shirley linked me with. Guy who put out Fame single.
That little Puerto Rock nigga getting love on the radio for that song y'all did. But I heard the police took a warrant out on him. Word around is that he's been talking. Then got scared and said too much and got to running.
Fame ain't no snitch.
When niggas looking at a long bed, they get real chatty.
So as you can see, Marvin seemed from here that he's pretty convinced that Fame is snitched. That's how it seemed to me. Now, y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. But to me, when I saw this, he looked like he was pretty damn sure that he was talking. And I just showed y'all what happens to people when they get to talking around Marvin Thomas. So there is more motive. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the timeline. Did Marvin Thomas have, potential time to take him out? Absolutely he did. There's plenty of time that wasn't accounted for with Marvin. I mean, we know he came to the warehouse with Ronnie and them later on, but look at all the other time that we have to account for before that, and also after that. We don't know what he did. See, we do know that Ronnie died, so obviously, and Detective Howard died. There was the two other suspects that people mentioned, but it can't be them if afterwards, at least, because they were dead. Now, could they have possibly done it beforehand? Maybe, but I would say it's very slim, very unlikely, especially Ronnie, because he was with Kanan, because they had, moved that suspected, that kidnapping scheme that they were trying to pull off. So more than likely, Kanan and Ronnie were around each other, so Kanan knows it wasn't him. And Detective Howard, he had a window, but most of his time he was spent at the precinct with the other police officers and the feds, and with Rock. That's where he spent majority of his time that day. And then later on, he was with Rock again, helping her deal with the situation with Kanan. So with that being said, more than likely, it wasn't Howard either. But this nigga Marvin Thomas, he was definitely had a lot of time out there, and we know what he does when he comes to snitching. So here's what I think could have possibly happened. But we got one more clip before then.
That ain't how it's supposed to work. Fuck Gerald, man. Fuck everybody.
You did right by me. I ain't gonna do you wrong.
I ain't counting those chickens yet.
So you see, he still got Gerald in his head because he really trusted Gerald. You feel me? Like he thought they were real friends, and he betrayed him. So now I think Marvin is on this revenge tour almost. Like anybody that do him wrong, cut him. Kind of like what OG Kanan said up in the original Power. Your friend betray you, cut him. Don't think twice, right? So that's what I believe Marvin did. So what I believe could have potentially have happened is whether it came from Howard or it came from Andre Barnes, some kind of way, when Famous was in the interrogation room, it was leaked out that he was talking. More than likely, it probably came from Andre, right? And when Andre did was, because I believe that it's possible that your boy Tanner was Andre's mole. Because if you remember, in episode 2, he told Rock that he had a mole that works for the feds, similar to what Lobos had with Mike Sandoval, right? So if indeed Agent Tanner is his mole, he went back and told Andre told Rock may have told Marvin, and then there you go. So, but again, like I told y'all, in my opinion, I honestly don't think Rock was in on taking Famous out. I think that maybe she was trying to think about what to do with him, and Marvin went and acted on his own. That's what I possibly think may have happened. But anyways, to get into the last segment, the last part of this, and of course, you know what it is. This same image being brought up again. But before we do that, let's go ahead and cover the last and final component. Marvin absolutely checks this box as well, because this storyline, if Marvin takes out Famous, can go so many amazing ways that it would definitely change Raising Kanan forever. Because look at all the potential things that could happen. We already seen from an exclusive clip that Jukebox wants revenge on whoever took out Fame. So she don't like it either. So how would she react to it when she finds out that it was none other than her father? Would she go back on her word? How would she respond to that? How will Kanan respond to that? How will Rock try to deal with the situation? Because in my opinion, I think if this is the case, Rock will attempt to cover it up to save her brother, because she knows Kanan is on demon time, and he just might be pissed off enough to put down his uncle. That could happen. And of course, you know, if Rock wouldn't want Kanan killing Marvin, but he damn sure wouldn't want to. I mean, she damn sure wouldn't want a situation where Marvin could end up taking out Kanan, because that would just. And then think about it, if Kanan takes out Marvin, now Juke is going to be mad at Kanan. And of course, a lot of us has talked about it. I would love to say, I believe I was the first to speak on this and other folks came later. But I believe this could be what happens that maybe possibly leads to the scar on Kanan's neck for the OG's Kanan. Also, I think it's a little bit deeper than that, but that will be another video. I have another one that's coming that's going to thoroughly explain that. But anyways, as you can see the image on the screen, I'm just gonna go ahead and go dive on right in. This is Marvin's ring here, people. I know a lot of people have been telling me in the comments already on some of my other previous videos with parts 1 through 9, and I didn't really address it like that because, you know, I already knew I was going to talk about this. But yeah, this is indeed Marvin's ring, and this is indeed, look at the bracelet. Marvin wears a bracelet. So, and if you kind of look close in the video part, you can kind of even see a little high top. So that lets you know that without a question, this is Marvin. Now the question is, we got two questions. Did he pull the trigger? One, because they could very much just do a fake out, have him do this, and then he tells him, hey, if you don't leave town, it's gonna get real ugly for you. You know what I'm saying? That could be what he did, and then some kind of way he ended up still not making it because somebody else took him out. That could be the case, but like I said, with Marvin currently being on demon time and him hearing about Famous being a snitch, I don't think he'll let him go because he already did that with Sam. And keep in mind, his life depends on this. See, Marvin and Rock kind of don't have much of a conscience. They only care about their immediate family, if you pay attention. Now, Lou, he kind of has a little bit more of a heart. He liked Fame more than Rock and Marvin did. Because an example of that, let's think about it. You remember when Famous was first arrested? Kanan was approaching his mom, Rock, and he was like, look, Fame just got roped up. We got to go get him. And then Rock told him, well, no, that's his fault, his problem, and his parents to get him out. And then Kanan said, Mom, that's my brother. And then Rock said, well, your brother was made by another mother, so that's their problem. And then he said, Uncle Marvin. He went to him and tried to get him to help. And he replied what she said. So both of them didn't give a damn, really. You know what I'm saying? Not that they hated Famous or anything, but, you know, they're not willing to put their necks on the line for him. Now, Lou, on the other hand, I believe would have. But Lou wasn't at the table during that time. Think about that. And I think they may have done this purposely because they knew, you know, that Lou's character actually resonated more with Famous than the others did. Because think about it, when Famous was homeless, Lou was going to help him. It wasn't until Cartier told him no that he, you know, kind of just let it go. But Lou actually messed with Famous, and also more proof of that is he told us in the trailer for episode 6 that he is going to be willing to make an exception about staying out of the game to revenge Famous. So there you have it with that. Marvin doesn't like snitches, and he just couldn't help himself he had to take Famous out to protect his own neck, or even the thought of, you know, him possibly thinking about this could possibly be wrong. But like I said, I do indeed think Rock will try to cover this up. And maybe Rock did know, but she didn't necessarily order, you know what I'm saying, Marvin to take him out. I can see that being a scenario as well. She probably tell him, do what you gotta do, what you gonna do, but leave my name out of it or whatever, and don't make it sloppy. But of course, Marvin messed that up by just leaving that nigga under a mattress in an abandoned house. So there we have it, people. Those are your top 10 candidates for who killed Famous. Now, I know a couple of people were also saying Kanan, but I thought that was just kind of crazy. I was like, you know what? I ain't even putting that nigga in there. Like, the Kanan one is almost as ridiculous as the Lou one. But I wanted to put Lou in there because I was kind of trolling. It was funny for the niggas that were saying that. But yeah, Kanan, come on. He's not gonna, he didn't really have a motive to kill his best friend. Were they at each other's neck lastly when we last saw them, kind of? Yes. But at the end of the day, they were best friends. They were brothers. Kanan didn't do it, people. You can tell how emotional he was and things of that nature. I can guarantee you it wasn't Kanan. So get that out of your head. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for this particular video. Definitely let me know in the comments what y'all think. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to agree with me. And then, you know, some of y'all are going to disagree because y'all think it's a couple other people. I also heard a couple of people saying they think it may have been Famous Pops. I think that's a little crazy, but hey, I won't throw it all the way out because it may come out to be the truth. But anyways, like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.